welcome back to my channel. I'm Barbara and I just wanted to share a get ready with me featuring some of my favorites. I'm going to start with Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation in the shade 52. And I've got my dampened Beauty Junkie sponge, and I'm just going to pump a little directly onto the sponge and just sort of apply it to my face in a patting, pouncing fashion. I've got minimal peeling, but I am peeling still from the Retin-A, and I know this is par for the course, so I'm just going to have to bear with it. And so I just took about 2 pumps, which was probably 1 pump too many, of the foundation. But that's okay, I'll just keep working it into the skin. I've got a lot of redness in the cheeks and uneven texture from the peeling. So I'm just bouncing it, pouncing it. And once you've got coverage in an area that's sufficient to you, don't go back to that area. Move on to a different area. You don't need to keep rebouncing the product, rebouncing your sponge. And I always bring it onto my ears and then just down onto my throat a little bit to bring it all together. There we go. All right, so that's done. Next, I'm going to show you guys, I mentioned in one of my other videos, a quick and easy down and dirty way of filling in your brows. So I've got my Sourmé pencil, which is in the shade Rich Brown, and this is from Sally Beauty Supply. And what you do is comb your brushes, your eyebrows down, straight down, and then draw your line right across the top. Kind of filling in. If you like a little bit more of a fluffy look in the front, go ahead and take care of that. Then comb your brows straight up, and I'm just using the brush that's on the back of the Sourmé pencil, and create another line. Kind of, you can do a solid line for a very stern look, or you can just kind of feather in little lines the way I am for a softer look. And voila, that's it. You just now brush it into place. And you've got a nice, full, yet balanced, natural looking brow. So I'm going to go over now and repeat that on the other side. You can see the difference side to side. Again, remember your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. They don't have to be exactly the same. Our faces are not perfectly symmetrical. That's nature. But you just want to make sure if you have any slight unevenness, now would be the time. If you can sort of fill it in, go ahead. And I'll clean up after, so if I went too high or too dark, I can always fix that. I'm not too worried about it. And now I'm going to brush straight up and repeat that line. Just below. Now I can go back and fill this side in just a little to even them out. I think that's pretty good. Now I'm just going to sort of brush at a slight angle upwards, upwards and out, upwards and out. That's the angle you want to use for just about anything on your face, up and out. And then I have two nice brows. I'm ready to go. Next up, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, and for that I do very light contouring, and right today I'm going to use what I've been really into lately, which is the NYX or NYX Taupe Single Eyeshadow, which has a beautiful neutral taupe. It's not too gray and it's certainly not too warm, and I'm just going right underneath my cheekbone. That's it. Way back by the side of my face. I don't bring it down too far. And that's it. That's all the contouring I'm going to do. I might bring a little bit up here into my hairline. And do a little bit on my jaw. That's it. To warm my face, I'm going to take my other favorite as of late, Too Faced bronzer. It's the Milk Chocolate Soleil. Very pretty. And I'm just going to use a bronzing brush. It smells like Swiss Miss Instant Hot Cocoa. But once you put it on, it kind of blends down. It's just a scent that you can enjoy as you're applying it. Now I'm just kind of going right where I put the contour, and then I'm going on my cheekbone. So a little bit in that, just where the contour was, on that, over it, and just above it. And I am extending it outward just a little bit. So I'm working a little bit closer to the apples in my cheeks, but definitely staying off the apples. And then I'm definitely going to continue that beautiful shading, that bronze warmth. It's a beautiful color all around my face. And I even bring it a little on my ears. Very nice. Good. For blush, I'm going to stick with NYX. There's single blush in the color, what color is this? It's called Peach, but it's a beautiful peachy pink. Really pretty. Got a blush brush right here. And I'm just going to kind of go over the bronzer a little and go extend it just a little to the apple of my cheek. That's all, just for a little extra lift. And I'm patting more than rubbing too much because of my delicate peeling situation. Don't want to exacerbate that. A little bit on the side of the nose, underneath. That looks pretty good, I'd say. Blend. I'll blend it more after. For my eye palette, I'm going to go back to something that I've fallen in love with again. It's the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, which came out a couple of years ago. There's just some great colors in here. Some mattes, some shimmers, and satins, and just really nice colors to work with. I'm going to grab a nice fluffy brush. I'll use this one from It. And I'm going to dip into the color, what shall I do? Going into the third color right here from my left. It's called Stark. And I'm dipping into the palette and then tapping off the excess. And I'm going to use my mirror down here just so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm applying that, I'll see if you can see here, to my mobile lid and then bringing it up into my brow. Very nice. Now I'm going to take a shader. This is the E45 by Morphe. And I'm going to dip into a combination of Harajuku and Blackout. Hard to see on the monitor, but it's almost like a dark charcoal and a soft taupe. And I'm going to bring that right into my crease. Right into my crease, just above it. And then just bringing that down to the outer edge, corner really, of my eye. Do that again on the other side. And I'm not going to worry about it being too heavy or too strong. I'm going to blend everything out when I finish. So I'm taking this all the way to the edge of my eye, the corner, and bringing it up. Up and out. See, I'm going in this direction always. Whether it's cheeks, whether it's highlighter, whether it's eyes, whether it's eyebrows, always up and out. Even with your mascara. That's what's going to soften the look and brighten and lift your face. And who doesn't want a little lifting? I think we all do. There, perfect. Now, underneath Blackout, oh, you know what? I had the name wrong. This color that I just used is called Serious. This dark, dark shade underneath it, which makes more sense, is called Blackout. And I'm going to take that with a pencil brush. And I'm just going to use that as an eyeliner. About halfway in, and a little thicker as I get to that edge. A little more drama. Halfway. You could probably hear my dog barking. I closed the door to film. I've got 2 dogs and a cat, and My female dog, she's a little Havanese. She doesn't like to miss anything, so she's outside the door barking every so often to remind me she's there and that she'd like to come in, which she's not going to. And then I'm just going to run that in the outer corner of my lower lid on both sides. Very nice. Now for an eyeliner, I'm going to do one of my favorites. It's Burgundy Suede by Estee Lauder Double Wear. You can see it's one of my favorites. It's almost gone. And it's a red brown, and I'm lining my inner waterline. I just did that without a mirror, but I think that added a nice touch. Yeah, you can see right side with it versus the left side where I don't have it. Really nice. There we go. I'm just going to take a peek down here and neaten it up a little. Don't want to fuss with it too much. And I do have a tiny, tiny bit of fallout, which I don't usually get from this palette, but hey, it happened. So I'm going to clean up with this Garnier. I love this product. Clearly Brighter Rollerball Concealer. You can get it at the CVS. You can get it on Amazon. And CVS, though, it's in the skincare aisle. It's not in with makeup. So it's where Garnier skincare products are. It's really nice. It's a nice light, thin viscosity, like liquid. So you can really build it and it doesn't settle into fine lines or look pasty or cracked or cakey. Beauty 101 by Lisa suggested this to her viewers, and it's really nice. So I'm just letting it set up for a moment or two, maybe about 15 seconds. And then I will gently blend it in. What the heck, I think that's good. Just using my ring finger. Trying to go quickly. I mean, sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I'll use a beauty blender. It just depends on how much time I have and how much effort I feel like putting in. And then I blend it downward a little. I'm not of the belief that you need tons and tons of concealer in a huge triangle. I've been there, done that. I do find it's a softer, more flattering look if I just less is more and then build it as I need it. This circle under my right eye always seems to be a little bit darker than the left side, so I always put a little extra effort in. I'm not even letting this set up. I'm just kind of working it, going over it in that same spot. And blending it out. Easy peasy. I'm going to take a bolder lip line today, if I can find it. Yes, yes. Bobbi Brown Chocolate. It's a nice warm brown lip liner. It's warm enough that it doesn't look too brown. It's pretty. It's almost like a red brown. But I love it. And I'm just softening it with my finger. And then I'll fill in a little bit the outer third of my lips. Both sides. Not really going for perfection. Doesn't have to be. Just neat and softly blended. Looks good. And for lips, I'm working out a sequence here. I'll have to go back to my eyes and finish blending, but that's okay. I think if I can find it, yes, yes. I've got an oldie but a goodie. A lot of you probably know this. Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper. Since I basically filled my lips in with the Bobbi Brown lip liner, I'm just going to use a little bit of this. It's like a cross between a gold and a champagne. And I'm just going to blend it with my finger into that lip liner to create a muted sort of warm goldeny bronze shade. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm a sucker for a frosted lipstick. Yeah, that's good. So that's done. Now I'll go into blending. I've got a nice fluffy brush here. I'm just going to take my eyeshadow, go into that crease, and just blend outward and up, outward and up, outward and up. I don't want to blend too much. I kind of like the dark. I just want it to look soft. I don't want to see any hard lines. Outward and upward. Very nice. And just to clean up, I'm going to clean that brush off. And going into the lightest shade in the palette, which is blonde. Tap a little bit of that into my brush and take it around my brow bone and all the way around. Just once. Around the brow bone and all the way around. This has the slightest satin finish to it. It's not really a shimmer. It's very flattering. Looks good. We'll take it. Okay. So I think I'll go fancy today and take a little bit of my La Mer, the powder. It's a beautiful finish. It's not so good for setting under the eyes, but it is good for finishing your skin off. It just has something about it that's really special. It's got like a, it's not a glitter, but it's some kind of illuminating finish to it. It's really pretty. Just taking that in the cap, the tiniest amount, and just putting it into my fluffy brush and just putting it all over my cheeks, mostly in a patting motion. Around the nose, on the forehead. Not so much under the eye. I don't even think I need to set my under eyes today. But I don't know if you can pick that, if it's picking it up on the monitor, but now I have a nice glow without it looking shimmery or false. It's just flattering and makes the skin look kind of healthy and vibrant. They reformulated it. I've heard the newer formula is not as nice as the older one. But let's face it, there's so many good powders to get nowadays. That one I happen to have. I invested in it. It was expensive, so I'm going to use it until it's gone and share it with you for those of you that may have it. That's my look. I need a little mascara. And for that, I think I'll... Where is it? Here we go. Sumptuous Knockout by Estee Lauder. What a great mascara. I already curled my lashes. So I'm going straight up. And then at the very ends, I'm going up and out, keeping that same direction. I think that's good. I'll take a little bit down on my lower lashes. Really keeping it towards the outside, the outer 2/3. Very light coat. I don't even think I need a second coat of mascara. I think we're good. And, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. It was so nice to sit with you tonight. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.